On this episode of UTR, we drive to Dearborn for sweet Middle Eastern treats, a city hall that's all about the art, and a tasty burger that'll have you back for more. Then we'll blow your mind with some hot glass and take a factory tour that you just can't afford to miss. Get ready to explore the cool people, places, and things that make Dearborn a great place to be.
Support for Under the Radar provided by the Michigan Economic Development Corporation, dedicated to shared economic success. MEDC promotes the state's assets and opportunities that support business investment, job growth, and community vitality.
It's human nature to plan ahead, but sometimes our best ideas come when there's no plan at all. When we just go with the flow and let the day unfold as it was meant to be. A day on the water, soaking up the sun. A day we leave up in the air. Yesterday, this was just a last-minute idea. Today, our big surprise is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
I've been around the world, but there's one place I keep coming back to. And the more I explore, the more I realize it's the place to be. I'm Tom Dalton, and this is Under the Radar, Michigan.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dearborn, the melting pot that is America, where cultures from around the world collide. And we're here to help make sense of all of it for you. It's what we do. The way I figure it, when you put this many great traditions and this much incredible food and culture all in one place, your sense of place is going to be pretty awesome and pretty international. Dearborn is also a city with an illustrious automotive history. It's where Henry Ford put the world on wheels. So we figured we might as well put our wheels on the road and get to exploring. Dearborn is located in the heart of southeast Michigan, just 15 minutes due west of downtown Detroit.
Now, with this trip to Dearborn, we're going to start off with a place that I think is the sweetest. Why? You're about to find out. Pardon me, excuse me. Look out, sweet stuff coming through. Oh yeah.
When it comes to great food, Shatila is a sweet slice of the Middle East. They may be famous for their pastries and baked goods, but all their edibles will float your boat from here all the way to the Mediterranean. But before I taste some of these tried and true traditions, I thought it best to spend a little time with Faye Beydoun. She's the chamber executive director, and she knows everything about Dearborn that, well, I don't.
Dearborn is an extraordinary place for so many reasons. What do you think is your favorite reason?
Diversity. The diversity that exists in Dearborn is wonderful. Dearborn is a city that has a population of 99,800, and from that I would say about 45,000 are Arab Americans. The remainder is mainstream, but the diversity is wonderful. If you look at where we're sitting right now on Warren Avenue, this area used to be populated by the Polish back in the early 1900s, and then the Polish started moving out and the Italians moved in, and then the Italians started moving out, and then you had where the Middle Easterns started moving in, primarily the Lebanese.
Well, food is such a huge part of why I come to Dearborn.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a foodie paradise, and for so many reasons.
Yep.
But the Middle Eastern food here is extraordinary.
Because it's very authentic. Because you still have either the immigrants or the first generation that are operating the foods.
Making sure that things are done right.
And things are still done the way that they were done back home.
What do you think is the most misunderstood thing about Dearborn?
That the people in this community are the same as everybody else. That we care just as much about our kids, our children, about health care, about employment. What is important to every single other American is just as important to us.
And like you said, Dearborn is a melting pot.
It is.
And I am pleased to be in the same pot with you.
Well, thank you.
Well, now that I'm more enlightened, time for me to conquer this cuisine with Tanya Shatila.
So your last name is Shatila, correct?
Yes.
Which leads me to believe, I have deduced that your family had something to do with starting this place.
Oh, yeah. Some people think that.
It was your dad, wasn't it?
Yes.
How did it start?
We started in 1979 in Dearborn. My dad immigrated from Lebanon, and he opened a smaller shop couple blocks down on Warren, and everything was made from scratch, just recipes that he tweaked, and he'd literally sleep while his items were baking, and then they'd come out. If they weren't perfect, he'd toss the whole thing. So everything was literally perfected to a T by him.
Well, he has taken his love for pastries and for Middle Eastern sweets and turned this place into an institution in Dearborn.
Yeah.
What does that feel like growing up in that?
Growing up, I think we didn't really understand it that much, like being as young as we were, but as we got older and just from people's reactions, like, oh my gosh, that's your family's place, it was just a really, really cool feeling. Very, very blessed.
Yeah, when you look down the row of pastries here, there's got to be hundreds of different varieties. How do you guys make all these here?
Well, we do have our warehouse facility, which is where like the baklava is made and like cookies and things like that. Here, usually everything that has cream, like something that needs to be made and put out right away, is made here. The cakes are made here. So we have a lot of very hardworking employees.
Yeah, I peeked in the back and they're very busy back there.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody's concentrating so hard, but you'd have to make something this beautiful.
And everyone here was taught by my dad.
Personally, what does this place mean to you?
Just in short, like everything. It's a very dear place in our hearts, all of us. And we're just so grateful for what he left behind, and we just want to maintain it, and we hope we're doing a good job and that he's proud.
Well, I may not know much about food, but I sure as heck know what tastes good. And when it comes to munchies from the Middle East, Shatila is an oasis of awesome edibles. So stop by and munch through the menu like I did. It's fun, and they'll be more than happy to help you.
You know, in most cities, maneuvering through City Hall can be a bit of an art. But here in Dearborn, it's all about the art.
And that's because they took their original historic City Hall and turned it into a super cool space where Dearborn can get creative. At City Hall Art Space Lofts, the main mission is to create affordable housing for artists and their families so they can do their thing. And their thing is to bring culture and economy to this great community. From the outside, not much has changed. But once we stepped inside, Mike Bewick from the Dearborn Development Authority showed me the incredible transformation.
So whose creative concept was this?
Well, in 2008, the mayor of Dearborn, John O'Reilly, came up with, he had visited art space in other communities, and so we were having a discussion, and we decided, let's explore it and see if we could do something here in Dearborn.
So I always get confused. So there's East and West, which is new and old Dearborn. We're in the East,
You're
older.
in East, yes.
Right, so this is the historic old City Hall.
Correct. It
Which was built by Henry Ford?
A lot of his money, dedicated in 1922.
It's such a beautiful building, and I'm a big believer in reuse, because they'll never build buildings like this again. And to take something like this and make it a part of the community and put art in it is very cool.
Oh, it's fabulous, and we had a lot of people, a lot of things that made it happen.
Well, how many artists live in this space?
We have 53 apartments, singles, families with kids, pets, so it's a multifunctional building.
And what kind of artists? All kind?
All kind. Painters, dancers, sculptors, mixed media, musicians, singers.
Are you artistically inclined at all?
I can draw a line with a ruler.
Well, then together maybe we'll share a space. They'll give us a closet here.
Now, if you're wondering how the actual artists feel about this outside the box, but inside the old City Hall thing, fear not, because I actually talked to some.
What has it meant to you and your art to be able to be in this space?
I mean, really, it's an opportunity to be in a community of artists that will help inspire me to do what it is that I do.
Well, what is your artistic X-Men power?
Well, I'd like to say sculptor. That's my sort of #1 label, but you know, I'm really a jack of all trades when it comes to working in 3D and 2D. So I love to make things.
I'm inspired each and every day with the exposure of all the different mediums of art. We have painters here, sculptors, the media arts.
Right. Anybody that does crochet?
I'm the one.
Oh, I knew it. Okay, I'm confused. I see sewing machines, I see drawings, I see glue. What is your art?
Anything I feel a moment.
Oh, a free-range artist.
Yes, I am a free-range artist.
What do you love about being here at Art Space?
Actually, this is my utopia. This is what I've been dreaming about for so many years, a place that I could set everything up and leave it up and have the space to move around. And the people that live here, I learn something new every day.
Building renovation and reuse stories always do my heart good. And when you add a creative twist like they're doing here at City Hall Art Space Lofts, it paints a beautiful picture of Dearborn.
Let me ask you something. When was the last time you had a great hamburger and then got gas?
Well, here in Dearborn, that's not hard to do, because this bona fide, award-winning burger joint is tucked away inside of an actual BP gas station on Ford Road. Taystee's is a full-service adventure lover's burger joint with more robust, creative beef sandwiches than you can shake a bull at. Good food in a gas station? No way. Well, guess what? Way, because Ali Jawad and his good friend Mo Nasserdeen got a firm handle on a way to make it happen.
First obvious question. How did a decorated burger place like this end up in a gas station?
Well, it's a family business. My grandpa actually owns the station.
Aha!
So that's how we got that, yeah. Put us in it. Really? But it worked out good, yeah.
How long have you been in the gas station?
About almost 3 years.
Business looks like it's good.
No, it's going good, yeah.
I got it.
No.
Who's the brains behind the counter as far as the food goes?
Food goes, it's Mo right here.
Mo.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Congratulations to both of you, by the way, for winning the awards you've won on the burgers.
Thank you.
What's your secret?
Hard work, family, stay on top of each other, stay on top of everything, make sure quality stays consistent.
It's not taking your foot off the gas, for sure. Right. Just keep it going. Once we won that burger brawl, we all said to keep it growing, and we never looked back since.
So, how has the community embraced your gas station burger joint?
Oh, it's been amazing. Yeah. No, it's been great. The community really comes through a lot. Fortson High School comes through a lot, their football team all the time, and it's really just great seeing all the kids and everybody around.
Yeah, just the support we get from our community, from Dearborn, is phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, are people ever, what are the looks on people's faces when they stop to get gas, they don't know you're in here, and they walk in and they see a full-fledged burger joint in the gas station?
A lot of people actually come in, they're like, well, I was just pumping gas, and then, I smelled the food outside, and I just wanted to come in and try it, and then we get a lot of business that way.
Yeah, Alexa, actually, who's with us, came in today. She said, "Did you smell it in there?" It's just like, yeah, it's intoxicating.
Yeah, you'll smell it all the way down Ford Road.
Did you think that when you grew up that you'd be doing this?
No, not in a million years. It's funny, actually. Before I started Taystee's, I really knew nothing about food. And that's where Mo came into play, and we just had a vision, and we just went with it.
And my philosophy is if you do one thing really, really well, you'll be successful.
No, it's true.
I'm still looking for my one thing.
You look like you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I know. You don't know me.
At Taystee's, the food is in a word, well, tasty. The place is clean, the ingredients are fresh, and it's all prepared by a family that really cares about their community. And I mean family. Ali's mom, Lila, even lends a hand. Well, actually, a couple. So if you do love the flavor of a tasty burger, go to the BP gas station on Ford Road just west of Wyoming for a fill-up of a different kind. And at UTR, it's the kind we like. Burgers.
Now, if you've always wondered what it's like to blow glass, but you're afraid you just blow it, don't worry. That's the whole point.
And if you really want to see how it's done, here at the Glass Academy in Dearborn, they'll give you a chance to try it for yourself. They'll also give you a whole new perspective and appreciation for what an incredible art form this is. This unique place is a teaching facility, an event space, a design studio, and the brainchild of Chris Nordine and Michelle Plazinski, two world-renowned glass artisans who are spending their lives dedicated to this captivating craft.
When did you first know that glass blowing was for you?
So I worked at the Henry Ford Museum.
Good place.
Yeah, and when I worked there and I could understand what the glass was doing and the people I was training with didn't quite get it the same way, that's when I knew something was there.
What is glass made of? I know they say sand, but it's not the sand in your backyard, is it?
Could be. It just won't be pretty glass. Sand, soda ash, and limestone. It's a recipe. You mix it together, melt it with high heat, and then you get glass.
And these ovens have to be very hot.
Oh, yeah. You picked a hot time to come. The ovens are 2,400 degrees. We work them at 2,100 degrees.
Oh, my gosh. Your space is so creative and cool. It's a wonderful place just to hang out in.
Thanks.
But you guys actually do classes. You do
what do you do, like camps here? What do you do?
Yeah, so during the day we do our own work. So we're hired as artists, and sometimes we do our own commission. You might see something in a hospital or a restaurant that we've made. But during the evening, that's when we let people try it, and then we call them experiences. We're not teaching them how to be a glass blower, rather we're just giving them a trial run to try glass and check it off their bucket list and see what it's all about.
Because I imagine to be a real glass blower, it takes years to perfect that art. It's not something you just pick up and just say, hey, look, I made a vase.
Yeah, isn't this cool?
Yeah.
No, you make lots of blobs, you drop lots of things on the floor, that's when you burn yourself.
Right.
A couple years after doing that is when you start getting proficient, and then you're actually making things that are usable.
Now, both you and Chris are glass blowers, or what's your different roles?
Yeah, so we are both glass blowers.
Yeah.
We're also designers of the work. So anything you see at the Glass Academy was designed and manufactured here by us. Not all the product is made by us. We have a staff, a very talented staff that works with us. But we make all kinds of things, and we have different roles. Sometimes Chris is more into sales, and I'm more of the marketing.
Right. So you guys make like specialty items for corporations. You guys also make stuff that's on display like in major hospitals and offices, things like that.
Yep, absolutely.
And you teach guys like me how to make blobs.
We do, as a matter of fact.
How long did it take you to become a real glass artist?
I would say for myself, it was probably a good 5 years where I could grasp any idea I had and turn it into glass.
So could someone like me actually maybe be so bold as to ask, could I actually try blowing a little bit of glass?
Oh my gosh, we're gonna put you to the test.
I guarantee I will be terrible at it. I guarantee that.
To help me embark on my own modest menagerie, Michelle hooked me up with Glassmaster and super nice guy, Fred Sittig.
Okay, Fred, I guess they're gonna let me try and blow some glass.
Yes,
Let's
yes,
do
we
it.
are. Absolutely. We're going to do the big bubble blow.
Okay.
You ready?
Well, I was hoping I could make like a vase with like 12 hummingbirds around the top.
A vase with 12 hummingbirds?
Yeah.
That may be a little beyond your capabilities at this point in time.
Okay, we'll do the blob.
Let's start with the big bubble blow and see how it goes.
Okay, we'll do a big bubble blow. You guys ever roast marshmallows in there?
Not marshmallows, but you know, we have cooked from time to time.
I imagine what the chicken would be, and it's done. Okay.
Pretty much so. Gets a nice black char on it.
Molten glass. Look how that glows.
And look how it wants to strip towards the floor. So I always have to keep it turning.
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
so we're going to shape it up on the steel top table.
Okay.
It's called a Marver table.
And then I blow it into a bubble.
Going to blow it into a bubble.
A blob.
A blob, or you know, the vase with the 12 hummingbirds,
Right.
whichever you prefer.
Right.
All
Okay,
right,
here we go.
here we go. So you're going to take the
And then
pipes.
turn it?
Turn it, yep. Very good. Okay, start blowing. Starting about the size of a pea. Blow a little lighter, keep it going. Oh, nice. Keep blowing. Stop turning. You can just blow it a little bigger if you want.
That's the best blob I've ever seen.
It is, it's a beautiful one. I've never seen anything quite like it.
Nothing like a hummingbird, but I'll take it.
Yeah, yep.
Well, enough blowing hot air, because that's about all I was doing. Time for the real reason we're here. A special event they periodically have that's appropriately named Hot Glass, Cold Beer. It's where Chris helps you and some of your very best friends design your own glass mug, and then he makes it right there in front of you. This event is awesome. And thanks to Chris's expert artistry, it wasn't long before I had a custom, handcrafted vessel with which to enjoy my frosty cold adult malted beverages. Take it from your old pal Tom. The Glass Academy is the hot new place to go to experience all things glass. Whether you're looking for some one-of-a-kind art or just something fun to do yourself a favor and melt some glass with these guys. You'll be glass you did. Get it? Oh boy.
Have you ever looked at a car or a truck and wondered, how the heck did that happen? Well, wonder no more.
And that's because the good folks at the Henry Ford put together an amazing experience called the Ford Rouge Factory Tour. And it's a tour you should totally take. From artifacts dating all the way back to the Model A, to state-of-the-art interactive displays including robots, lasers, and 3D imaging, this tour totally takes you there. You'll learn the incredible history of this awesome auto plant and even see vehicles actually being made today. This is a total historical and manufacturing experience that few people get to, well, experience. So to make sure I experience it all, I hit the Henry Ford Museum, hopped on the official tour bus, and headed off for the factory tour. Once we made our way inside, I sought out Cynthia Jones. Not only is she the manager here, she's also one of the main reasons this exhibit has won awards around the world.
I feel like a little kid in a candy truck store. This is so cool. Now, for somebody who hasn't taken the tour yet, oh, I love that noise. Explain the whole experience. You don't start here at the factory, right?
Correct. So you want to start at the main museum campus of the Henry Ford, and we put you on a bus. We take you on a quick guided tour across Dearborn, give you a little bit of history on the way, so we kind of point out where Henry Ford was born, give you a sense of place and where you're at. Then you arrive here at the factory tour. We encourage you can do it in any order you want, but we encourage you to see the films first. So you can start with a quick history film. We condensed 100 years of history into about 10 minutes.
Awesome.
So it's super fun. We show a lot of things that you've never seen before because we went into our archival footage, pulled it out.
Now the classic cars that are on display, those are incredible.
Oh my goodness, yes. So every single vehicle that we've got on display was made here at the Rouge. So it gives you some of that visual timeline of where you're at.
So after you get steeped in the history of Ford, you actually get to come in here on this catwalk and actually see trucks. It looks like we're making trucks today.
We are making trucks today. We make trucks almost every day year-round. So this factory produces every version of the F-150. So any guess how many buildable combinations that is?
No, a lot?
A lot. 650,000 or more buildable combinations of this truck.
How often is a truck completed here on the line?
So at full speed, we're finishing one truck every 52 seconds. So we roll trucks 1 a minute, 22 hours a day, 7 days a week.
This is such a unique experience because how often you get to actually walk around and see every phase of a construction on a truck.
Yes.
Yeah, that is so cool. I'm impressed at how cool and clean and nice it is in here.
Thank you. We're very thoughtful about how you work here because these folks work hard. This is one truck every 52 seconds means they have 41 seconds to do their job.
That's amazing.
And they do that same job 600 times a day. So we need to be thoughtful about how they do that. So we think a lot about ergonomics, we think a lot about the place to make it a good place to work.
How long has Ford been making cars and trucks on this site?
So Henry Ford bought the property in 1915. Our first car or truck fully produced here was the Model A, so it was late 1920s. So we've been in active production for 100 years.
And I understand you actually have a living roof here?
We do. So Bill Ford was very visionary, and he looked out from his office at World Headquarters. He can see the Rouge, so he can look at us every day. And he thought about this place that's building the world's amazing truck and this amazing place, 100 years of history. How do you go forward? How do you be a good neighbor? And he thought about green technology, a living roof, all the things that we do here, all the birds, the bees, the plants that we've brought back here, thinking about the air in the water, how people work, where they work. It's not just the truck, it's the overall piece.
Now, on a personal level, you've been here for over 15 years, correct? And you actually helped design this tour.
Yes, I did.
How does that feel?
Oh my goodness. So I am so proud to work here, to tell the history of a place, but more importantly to me personally, innovation lives here. Every single day, innovation, innovation, innovation. So to be part of something like that, I got the best job in Detroit.
And I understand at the end of the tour, you get a truck. Is that correct?
Well, you could buy a small Matchbox truck.
Okay, I guess I can go for that. I'll do that. Darn it, that never works.
After you take this tour, I guarantee that the next time you get into a car or truck, you'll have a whole new appreciation for where it came from and what it took to make it. I also guarantee that if you come to Dearborn, you'll feel warm and welcome in this marvelous melting pot. It's America, all rolled up into one great city.
Hey there. Want to know more about all the great places we go on the program? Just go to our website. You can watch episodes, tell us where to go, jump to our Facebook page, and even buy a hat like mine. So just go to utrmichigan.com. That's utrmichigan.com. Go now. Or now.
Support for Under the Radar provided by the Michigan Economic Development Corporation, dedicated to shared economic success. MEDC promotes the state's assets and opportunities that support business investment, job growth, and community vitality.
We all have one, that perfect spot, a special place we go to smooth out the ripples of the day. Our perfect spot is calling. Our perfect spot is Pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.